In Japan's northern frontier, winter commands the land. Jersey, vast, silent, and unyielding.
Every breath of wind shapes this frozen wilderness. Amid stillness, the first movements of life appear, deer crossing a white sea of silence.
The red fox begins its silent patrol, guided by instinct, shaped by cold.
Above the ice, the great eagles rise incline, rulers of a frozen sky.
Where warmth meets frost, life gathers tangi, drawn by the promise of water.
Beneath the snow,
even kings of the air must land, survival written in patience and precision. In this cold cathedral, the deer dig for life beneath layers of ice.
Every storm reshapes the mountain. Every silence hides the next beginning. Predator and scavenger coexist, rivals shaped by the same hunger.
As dusk falls, silence thickens, every creature listening for what endures.
rest comes briefly, Zing. The forest breathe under a blanket of white.
Even here, heat survives, the island's fiery heart beneath the frost. Under the moon, the hunter roams, a ghost of winter's endless night.
Even in the darkness, life continues its quiet pilgrimage. Stars mirror on frozen lakes Ind, a sky captured by the earth below. Before dawn, the watchers wait, patient, powerful, eternal.
The first light returns, every shadow retreating to memory. Together they share this frozen realm, sown, predator and prey beneath one sky. The silence breaks plain, the air filled with the promise of return.
This is Hokkaido, where the cold endures and life answers with quiet defiance. At dawn, the herd moves like shadows through frozen breath, quiet symbols of endurance.
Every step presses a mark upon the season's canvas, the rhythm of survival written in white.
They sense before they see, awareness the only shield in a land of silence.
Even the steepest paths are no barrier south. Their strength lies in quiet persistence. Here, even snow conceals life, buried grasses sustaining those who endure the frost.
She digs through layers of ice to reveal a single strand of life.
Every bite hard-won, each mouthful a small victory against the cold.
Across the plain, they march, a quiet procession through frozen time. Ears turn before the eyes trained, alertness woven into every heartbeat. Steam rises from his breath, warmth defying winter's grip.
When hunger fades, another instinct rises, the contest for dominance. Rituals of power unfold, beauty shaped by tension and resolve. The echo of antlers meeting ice, a sound older than memory. Each movement slow, deliberate fawn, strength measured in quiet endurance.
The victor stands, not triumphant, but dignified in restraint.
The battle ends, and peace returns with the snow.
New life enters quietly, warmth kindled in the cold heart of winter. Beneath the storm's silence, tenderness blooms, fragile yet unbroken.
The forest awakens, each beam of light a promise renewed.
Across the vast plain, the herd continues, bound together by instinct and endurance. Their path leads through the birch woods, pale trunks marking a map of survival.
Evening gathers, the herd's movement echoes across the quiet valley.
They fade into the fog, part of the forest, part of the snow.
Eyes fixed on the horizon, the instinct to move, the will to endure. Under the moon, the forest sleeps white, but its heart beats beneath the snow. Dawn again cross, and the journey continues.
Each step forward is both memory and promise. The forest endures through them.
Among the birch pillars, they move to Faltu, silent pilgrims in a frozen cathedral.
The snow forest breathes once more, guided by their quiet resilience.
Here in Hokkaido's snow forest, life endures feast, fragile yet eternal, bound to the rhythm of the cold.
At dawn, the red fox begins its solitary patrol, every step measured, every scent a clue. Beneath the snow, unseen life stirs candor, and the hunter listens.
Patience defines the hunt. Precision follows instinct. A moment of stillness play, calculation behind the amber eyes.
Then stem, the leap. A perfect strike born of silent precision.
Success comes quietly, price. The snow hides both predator and prey.
In this frozen expanse, victory is carried gently in its jaws.
The scent of water and life leads her home.
Through frozen earth, her den holds warmth, a world unseen.
Here, beneath the snow, life stirs, fragile, curious, and new.
Tiny lives find warmth in the heart of winter's silence.
The first look beyond the den, curiosity awakened by the scent of spring.
Play begins the lessons of survival, strength built in joy.
Under her watch, the next generation learns the code of the cold.
Where the snow melts, they drink dulis, water and warmth returning together.
Life finds warmth wherever earth still breathes.
Even in snowfall, play continues kark, innocence sheltered by fur and frost.
The forest grows quiet, bertuned. Only the watchful remain. Under falling snow, the fox pauses, a stillness as old as winter itself.
Night descends, but her gaze endures poem, sharp, untamed, unbroken.
Ears turn to the unseen teen, hearing the pulse of life beneath the snow. Each step a whisper across eternity, every motion carved into ice and time. Along the frozen streets, her world glimmers timbers, alive beneath layers of silence.
The climb continues tough. Persistence, the language of survival.
In wind and frost, she endures, the embodiment of winter's will. The night fades failing, and she watches dawn return to her kingdom of frost.
From her perch, she greets the rising light, Wasu, guardian of the silent north.
Silent, still, eternal Thuri, the red fox remains a witness to the wild.
Above the frozen rivers, a shadow glides, the ruler of the northern skies.
Its gaze pierces the silence to Konrad, searching for a flash beneath the ice. A pause, a calculation temper, the moment between sight and strike. With explosive power, the eagle cuts through air and water alike. Its talons close with precision, life snatched from beneath the ice. Power takes flight, the air alive with the rhythm of survival. But in this frozen realm, no sky is unchallenged.
Two giants descend. The contest for dominance begins. The struggle is swift, raw power unleashed in the cold silence.
Victory is brief, Kalarat, the feast claimed beneath a sky of ice.
As day retreats, another hunter awakens, silent as falling snow.
Its world is sound, every ripple a whisper of movement. Stillness hides intention rebassering, the patience of the perfect predator.
Every muscle waits, the moment between silence and motion.
With silent precision, it strikes, soundless, flawless, absolute. From beneath the ice, life is lifted blame, the reward of endless patience.
Snow falls upon the hunter, but its eyes never close.
The forest listens, the night ruled by a silent sovereign.
As light returns, the owl yields its realm high, night passing to day's hunters. Two hunters, one of day, one of night, sharing a frozen kingdom bound by hunger and flight. Wings folded, the eagle waits, master of air, sculpted by the cold.
Golden eyes pierce the dark, Emu, eternal watchman of the northern wild.
High above the peaks, freedom stretches without end, the eagle's domain eternal. Together, they trace the ancient winds, heirs to the sky. Wings of silence, the unseen shadow that rules when light departs.
Day and night, two realms joined by flight, by hunger.
The world narrows to a single gaze, the hunter's focus unbroken by the cold.
Every sound maps the world, the ripple of fish beneath frozen glass.
A breath, a heartbeat, then to Benny, the storm of wings.
A blur of feathers meets the water, silence shattered by survival. From the dark water, victory rises. Ducky, quiet, efficient, and final.
It feeds alone, unseen, a ghost of the forest, keeper of balance.
Its golden eyes pierce the frost, reflecting both life and death beneath the snow.
One fades with the light, another returns tamel, the handover between night and day. The sky opens Dorkir, and the sea eagle reclaims its frozen throne.
They stand as sentinels of the north, cold, wings folded, eyes unyielding.
In Japan's frozen wilderness, the hunters of sky and shadow endure, eternal guardians of the northern silence. The world outside glows white, fragile sunlight breaking through months of shadow.
Each step leaves a mark on thawing earth, proof that winter's reign is ending.
Caution defines her every move. Yurit, the scent of danger never far.
The cubs stumble through snow, learning the language of strength and balance.
She follows the river's song, where ice gives way to the promise of life.
Beneath the surface, silver motion calls to the hunter's instinct. A swift strike, Upav. Power and precision honed through generations.
Victory found in motion Thav, the eternal ritual of river and beast.
The cubs observe nuance, every gesture, every bite, a lesson for survival.
Between hunts, play returns Hokkaido, the laughter of life reborn. The forest speaks through the wind, and the bear listens to its secrets.
A sign left in the bark, a message to rivals written in scent and strength.
As dusk falls, the Titan moves on, a shadow woven into the mountain's breath.
Peace in the morning mist, strength at rest beneath the birch veil.
Play builds the strength they'll need haven't, the lessons of battle learned in innocence.
Together they move through haze and time, loin twitting, the forest giants of the north. From his perch, the bear surveys his realm key, silent monarch of a frozen kingdom.
Every journey writes the story of endurance, carved in water, shadow, and sown. The mist closes behind him, Romya. The Titan vanishes, but his power remains. By the river's edge, life continues dreaming, a lineage bound by instinct and endurance.
Strength here is measured in patience, the persistence of the northern hunter.
The forest echoes with laughter, the innocence of youth sheltered by a mother's might.
Even giants must rest, a quiet moment between days of hunger and snow.
Step by step, he reclaims his mountains, the fungus, the wilderness answering his return.
He rises above the trees, a monument of power and silence.
The next generation mirrors her, strength and awareness, passed like a silent legacy.
In mist, he becomes legend, more spirit than beast, more silence than sound.
She teaches through example, Khet, patience carved into instinct by time itself. Through icy water, courage flows Ursimi, from mother to child, from season to season. These marks etch stories older than men. The forest remembers every touch.
Between stone and mist, he walks, the last monarch of a timeless empire.
In their stride lies the rhythm of the north, Isnimf, deliberate, enduring, eternal.
A silhouette, carved by wind and time.
Through fog they move, a lineage wrapped in fur, bound by the rhythm of survival. The mountain exhales through him, strength and stillness, one and the same. In the fading light, they vanish, Purt, guardians of a land that remembers only the strong.
Dawn spreads its first light across the marsh, and the cranes take to the air, silent and eternal. Their wings carve the morning air dome, movement turned into poetry.
Their voices rise together, a duet echoing through frozen silence.
Here, in this landscape of ice and breath, the ritual begins anew.
Two hearts align beneath the winter's darker sky, graves devotion.
With every leap, they reaffirm a bond written in time and endurance.
Their dance defies gravity, the frozen air trembling in reverence.
Every call carries across miles, a promise between life and devotion.
Their gestures Kievan, a conversation older than the marsh itself.
This is devotion made visible, a ritual of light.
Where the dance ends, life begins, Gerber, a fragile chick beneath watchful eyes.
They lead it through water, teaching movement, teaching survival.
Tenderness finds its rhythm breaked, in each feather aligned, in each glance shared.
Care woven into instinct, generations preserved through touch and trust. As day folds away, warmth gathers the Creole, family beneath the fading sky.
Their wings open once more, elegance rising from still water.
Flight is both ritual and memory. The marsh itself seems to rise with them.
They lift above the horizon, love carried on the wind's breath. Their symmetry reflects eternity, a balance only nature dares sustain.
Over water and snow, their flight traces the promise of tomorrow Clinvi and of return.
As the day fades, they rise once more.
Their shadows skim across the ice, fleeting as breath, eternal as devotion.
Side by side they journey void, two spirits bound.
Their flight becomes a bridge sewed between earth, sky, and the memory of light.
They return to the marsh that shaped them, a sanctuary beneath fading skies.
Moonlight gathers where they stand, stillness painted in silver breath.
Affection whispered through feathers, trust as delicate as the frost itself.
Morning returns, and so do they, keepers of the marsh and of devotion's song. As light breaks across the horizon, their wings become the voice of Hokkaido, eternal.
The Okhotsk Sea, where ice meets breath and life endures in silence.
Beneath the cold sun, a seal rests, its stillness masking constant vigilance. Their world is frozen yet full, a realm of waiting, of warmth in stillness.
Every movement measured, every breath a bridge between ice and ocean. Peace reigns briefly a drone, the calm before the shadow above.
High above, the monarch of the coast patrols, eyes fixed on the shimmer of life below.
With precision born of hunger, it dives, strength carved into motion.
In a cell strike, the ocean yields, a lunter. The hunter claims its prize. Below the ice, another battle begins. Safety found in depth and darkness.
The sky answers to the strong, dominance, marked by flight and focus.
Beneath the ice, it glides unseen, unslain. The sea's hidden spirit, evading the sky's gaze. It moves through corridors of light and ice, mooring, a ghost in liquid crystal.
The hunter waits defrision, patient, unwavering, master of frozen skies.
It feeds in solitude, the last echo of dominance before night's arrival. The ocean exhales, life returning to surface as light fades away.
Together they move through melting corridors, in sea, wanderers between worlds of water and air.
The sea shifts beneath them, kind, their frozen kingdoms slowly dissolving.
The hunters trace their dominion, wings mirrored in the fading ice.
Predator and prey, pulsing, bound by the same hunger, the same frozen sea.
In the endless cold, they coexist, strength and stillness, sky and sea intertwined.
As the sun melts into the horizon, the sea of ice becomes a cradle of rest and reflection.
One by one, they vanish beneath the surface Norns, into the stillness that feeds the world above. The sky's sentinel patrols the ice lanes, silent, unwavering, eternal.
Every breath drawn here is a triumph, against cold, against time.
Across frozen cliffs, their voices answer soaring, the echo of a dynasty carved by ice and air. Together they find warmth, a fragile circle of life in the endless freeze. The hunter watches, patient and still, the embodiment of winter's will.
Under the same cold stars, hunter and prey rest, bound by the law of balance.
With the coming dawn, the eagles rise again save, symbols of endurance against the eternal cold.
Here at the ocean's edge, ice and life remain Taurus, eternal, fragile, and profoundly connected.
As winter releases its grip, the first breath of spring returns to the mountains.
Streams awaken, carving silver veins through the once frozen earth. The cranes return blamed, timeless symbols of endurance and devotion.
Green returns to the forest, and life answers in quiet celebration.
The fox reclaims its trails, and he, the first hunter of a thawed world.
In branches above, new songs echo, melodies of renewal.
Beneath the surface, life surges upward, ancient instincts guiding new beginnings.
Their dance greets the warmth, a timeless ritual of life's return.
New life learns from old, the cycle of instinct never broken. Summer takes hold, prosif, Color and motion reclaim the mountains.
Tiny wings hum, delicate symbols of strength in motion.
Youth thrives under watchful eyes, curiosity shaping the next generation.
The herd moves where water flows, instinct guiding migration once again.
Laughter of water and fur, joy woven into every ripple of summer. As light fades, Night's guardians rise tined. The balance shifts once more.
Autumn awakens the forest simple, the quiet herald of change to come.
The bears feast before the long silence, the forest preparing for sleep. Instinct sharpens as the days shorten. Every hunt now counts.
Wings trace invisible highways.
Autumn's breath whispers farewell, lulling, a promise of rest before the freeze. Winter returns Leife, quiet, relentless, and magnificent.
Through the mist they stand, endurance embodied in grace.
The sky reclaims its hunter breath, wings cutting across the endless white.
The world slows. Even the hunters bow to winter's stillness.
Through fog and frost, they rise, life carried on endless wings. Above the ice, the heavens dance Kengel, light reborn from the cold. Silence claims the peak's cape, and within it, the promise of another dawn. Each life endures, each breath continues town, the rhythm unbroken through seasons eternal.
As winter releases its grip, the first breath of spring returns to the mountains. Streams awaken, carving silver veins through the once frozen earth.
The cranes return, Afia, timeless symbols of endurance and devotion.
Green returns to the forest, and life answers in quiet celebration. The fox reclaims its trails, the first hunter of a thawed world.
In branches above, new songs echo to Tiarnt, melodies of renewal.
Beneath the surface, life surges upward, Kuroford, ancient instincts guiding new beginnings. Their dance greets the warmth, a timeless ritual of life's return.
New life learns from old maid. The cycle of instinct never broken.
Summer takes hold. Color and motion reclaim the mountains.
Tiny wings hum, delicate symbols of strength in motion.
Youth thrives under watchful eyes, curiosity shaping the next generation.
The herd moves where water flows, instinct guiding migration once again.
Laughter of water and fur and joy woven into every ripple of summer.
As light fades, night's guardians rise. The balance shifts once more.
Autumn awakens the forest, the quiet herald of change to come.
The bears feast before the long silence few, the forest preparing for sleep. Instinct sharpens as the days shorten fact. Every hunt now counts.
Wings trace invisible highways, bound southward to warmth, northward to return again. Autumn's breath whispers farewell, a promise of rest before the freeze.
Winter returns Duhu, quiet, relentless, and magnificent.
Through the mist they stand, endurance embodied in grace. The giants walk again, Lei, guardians of the cold realm reborn.
The sky reclaims its hunter, and Kira, wings cutting across the endless white.
The world slows. Even the hunters bow to winter's stillness.
Through fog and frost they rise, life carried on endless wings.
Above the ice, the heavens dance to Niv, light reborn from the cold.
Silence claims the peaks a stay, and within it, the promise of another dawn. Each life endures, each breath continues, the rhythm unbroken through seasons eternal. Here, in Japan's wild north, every heartbeat is a promise saved, that even in the coldest silence,